my friends.
Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Alaska series.
Yes, today we have something very exciting to do. We are going hiking on a glacier, on the Matanuska Glacier.
We are. We're going to go out there, and they're going to take us to the glacier, put the crampons on our feet, and we're going to walk on a big old ice cube.
We've seen a lot of glaciers on this trip, but we've never had the opportunity to walk on one and see one up close.
So we have so many layers of clothes.
We do, because I think it's like, I don't know, I read someplace it's like 15 degrees cooler on the glacier. So yes, I feel like the kid
from Christmas Story. I can't move my arms.
That's how I feel. And I still have 2 more to put on here, so. All right, we'll see you guys out there.
And then we're going to slide it on just like a sock. Rubber on top, metal on bottom. It should sit pretty tight on your shoe. Shouldn't be jangling when you shake your foot. Oh, thank you.
Had it forever.
You? Those are the best kinds. Nice light ones. Yeah. So the tighter the better. So this is good. That's a perfect fit.
Good?
Yeah, we can just take that right back off.
All right, we've got all of our gear on.
Yes. We are in this van right here.
All right, we're so excited. We've got our boots, our rental boots on, our helmets. We're gonna have crampons on our feet. And there's only 6 of us.
Yeah,
6 of us on this tour, so
And
I'm excited.
I can see the glacier right there.
Here, let's turn it around. It's right there.
Oh my gosh.
We took about a 15-minute bus ride down to here. And I think we're gonna be about an hour and a half on the glacier. So, can't wait.
Well, the thing that primarily will form a glacier is just going to be a massive accumulation of snow. And so if you were to fly maybe in a plane or a helicopter all the way up this valley, you would have to fly about 27 miles to find the starting point of this glacier. The starting point of a glacier is called an accumulation zone. This is where we get a huge quantity of snowfall, typically at a higher elevation or just in a cold place where the snow is going to fall and it's not going to melt. And so if you imagine you have 100 feet of snow, maybe 500 feet of snow that has built up over the seasons on top of itself, that is going to weigh a lot. And so the weight of that snow will compress down on the bottom snow to squeeze all of the air bubbles out, and over time that forms into glacier ice. There are 2 ways that glaciers move. One of those ways is through what we call basal sliding. And so if you imagine we're in a quote-unquote warm glacier zone, and so there is a lot of meltage happening here. That means that there is water that flows off the glacier, it flows underneath the ice, and so it flows in between the valley floor and the bottom of the glacier ice. That assists the glacier in physically sliding down the valley, so it's moving towards us. And then one other way that the glacier flows, and a way that almost all glaciers flow, is through internal deformation. And so that one is where the immense weight of the ice comes into play. And so if you imagine, let's say there are 50 meters of glacier ice on top of itself. That is going to weigh so much that the ice deep down underneath is under so much pressure that it will cause the ice to start to warp. And it's going to literally start to warp and get pushed down with gravity, moving down valley. And so that's called internal deformation. The ice crystals are literally just shifting past each other, trying to relieve the pressure by moving away from it. They never really seem to escape, they just keep moving down.
And what is this one called again?
This one's the Temperate Valley Glacier.
Tempered Valley?
Yeah, and so it just kind of flows down through a valley. It used to actually fill this entire valley up. It used to be about 100 miles long.
And how long is it now, you said?
It's 27.
27.
Yeah. And so it used to flow all the way to Anchorage, but that was about 17,000 years ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. about 2 inches every
All
single
right,
day.
time to put the
And
spikes
so
on
if
our
you
feet.
drop it into a
Micro
10-foot
spikes.
crevasse,
Micro
by the end
spikes.
of the season, your phone will just be sitting there. It's not going to go anywhere.
Like right here?
Yeah, exactly. Any guesses?
Black
Yeah.
ice.
It's kind of a trick question. It is ice.
Black ice.
And so yeah, it's black ice. So this is called basal ice. So not like the herb, more like BASAL. Ice on the base of the glacier. And so this basically has been covered by ice for many hundreds of years, probably 700 years. And it used to be hundreds of feet deeper in the ice. So if you imagine this was the bottom layer of the glacier, it was under the most immense amounts of pressure. And so this ice has had the most air squeezed out of it. It's pretty much completely see-through actually, even though it looks black. The only reason that it looks black is because it's sitting on top of bedrock. And so it's dark colored here. And so you're basically just seeing straight down. It's like a portal. If this were to be sticking up, like in a cone shape, and you could just see straight through it like glass.
That's cool.
But if you want to feel it, it's extremely smooth. If you imagine, as soon as ice starts to get exposed to the sun, it's going to start to melt out. That will introduce air bubbles and cause the ice to look white. That's just light reflection in our eyes. And so as soon as this has a few more days of sun on it, it will turn white and it will lose its black color. And that's just air bubbles. That's just a result of that. I'm going to give this to you. Wield it with caution. All that I ask you to do is to pick a pile and then you're just going to swing it into the pile. So I would recommend getting close to it and then just giving it.
Okay.
And everyone will watch.
Oh, everybody. Right.
The pressure's on. Woo, there it goes.
Ah, look at that.
So there's ice right under.
Yeah.
Kind of fun.
Yeah, I know.
Cool, and so what we're looking at here, these are a formation called a dirt cone. And so if you expose it, there's all ice underneath this. Just covered in dirt.
Yeah.
Probably 5 more generations it would get to have a Matanuska Glacier.
Yeah.
Whether or not it's easy to walk to, I'm not sure.
Right. Because this is the only one that you can walk to, right?
Exactly,
In Alaska, at least.
All right, we're gonna do one more cross step up here. We're gonna keep moving.
Oh my gosh. Maybe I want you to go in front of me, Joel. Oh my gosh. One big step.
That's also rather And then you see how there's a crevasse that is, I guess it ends kind of right here, but it's cracking all the way over here. So a feature that we find that I mentioned earlier called a mulan is what forms when you have a lot of surface melt happening, right? And that water's just making these little streams, it's following gravity down, path of least resistance. And so if there is a crevasse, the water will just fall into the crevasse. It will hit the bottom of it, and then it will start to work kind of like a drill. If you imagine the water is melting that ice out and it's carving out this passageway over time. And so if you imagine like this water is going somewhere, right? Otherwise it would be pooling up. Where it is going is into an end glacial conduit. And so there is literal pipelines of water underneath our feet right now that are draining water all throughout the probably 22 miles of melting zone, all the way out to the terminal lake.
Wow.
And so if like the glacier needs an effective way to drain all this water because there's so much meltage happening, especially on a hot day, these pipelines can be like huge cavern size. They're effectively draining all the water. And so these can range in size. This mulan is teeny tiny, right? No risk of falling into it. There are mulans that are so large that we could drive the van we took here into it and just get sucked in and disappear.
In this.
Wow.
On this glacier.
Wow.
Probably, I mean, there's actually one like right over there. We won't look at it.
Say we don't want to get
Yeah, we don't need to go there, trust me.
Wow.
But yeah, and then there are even bigger ones as you go further up the glacier, like up until the accumulation zone. Right? Anywhere there's melting, there are mulans. The more white ice, the bigger they are. Yeah, so those are one of the biggest hazards out here, but also they're really cool when they're small.
Yeah.
Yeah. it turned into a moulin, but the stream going into it was very S-curvy, and then eventually the stream just cut through one of those curves and started falling. So it was kind of interesting. There's not like one specific place to look at, but it's really cool. And so I'll call you guys over one at a time. I will hold on to your left hand, and so free your right hand if you want to take photos. Just don't drop your phone.
Cool, right? That's very cool. That's cool. Alright, it actually got warm and we had to strip some of our layers off. Alright, a little more white ice up here. Beautiful water-filled crevasse here. It's not completely frozen, only on the surface. And so take a look at it. It's very pretty, but also don't step in it because it's pretty deep. Wow. All right. Wow. It's gonna feel the water. How cold is it?
Cold as ice.
Ooh.
It's chilly.
A little chilly, yeah.
This is the ice fall, and they call it the beach.
Not
That's really cool out here.
Yeah, it's amazing. I don't think it's that.
that glacier tour was amazing.
It was beautiful, just beautiful.
No words, can't
No.
even explain it.
No, just the contrast between the dark rocks that are volcanic and the white ice.
And we just learned so much about glaciers.
Yeah,
It's-
and our guide Abby was fantastic, very knowledgeable, and just awesome, and kept us safe. I mean, there was
Yes.
areas that were dangerous, and she
Yep.
kept us safe the entire time.
Yep, can't recommend. We were with MICA Guides.
Yeah,
Oh,
MICA.
MICA. Would recommend them.
Yeah,
Definitely.
they were great.
So if you enjoyed this video and this adventure, please like, comment, and subscribe.
Bloop bloop.
And keep following to catch all of the rest of our Alaska adventures.
There you go.
Have a glorious day.
See you guys.